Hello everyone and welcome to the first episode of our Football Manager 26 career mode save with, as you've heard previously on the channel, Bath City, our Bath to glory on Football Manager 26 on the Tactically YouTube channel. I'm really excited for this. My first year doing a Football Manager career mode save. We're going to go in this first episode all the way from the first screen, the loading screen, all the way through to hitting continue for the first time. We're going to do it in one take as well, so you'll see absolutely everything we do from the main menu all the way through to hitting continue for the first time. We'll go through who Bath City are, everything about them in this episode. We'll also obviously go through the manager creation, which is new for Football Manager this year, and we'll get stuck into that. Looking forward to it in this year. So without further ado, let's jump into Football Manager 26. We're in, and you can see our Newcastle United save there, but we're going to hit this one. Start new career. We'll do the advanced setup. We'll go through what leagues we've got loaded in as well. So like I say, literally everything you will see. So we've got the England, Argentinian, Belgium, Brazil, France, Germany, Ireland, Italy, Japan, Netherlands, Portugal, Scotland, Spain, Sweden, USA and Wales loaded in terms of the men's leagues. In terms of the women's league, England, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, Spain, Sweden, USA and Wales. Are there any other games that any other nations we want to add? Off the top of my head, have we got Saudi? Saudi obviously still isn't playable in Football Manager, which is a bit annoying. I can't think of any leagues we want to load in this save in particular. So I think we're just going to go and, we'll press confirm. We'll go database size, large. Why not? We'll go large. Transfer mode, original, vanilla game. Let's load the database up. And in this one, you might have seen I created my manager for the Newcastle save. We're going to slightly tweak it. I have made a few errors, and we're going to kind of position ourselves more as a non-league manager, which hopefully should give us a bit of a step up to start this save and be a bit more structured, a bit more organised, do the simple things right is how I'm thinking about going with it in Football Manager with the database nearly loaded up, stuck on 92%. We'll be there very shortly. Hopefully 97. Who'd have thought counting percentages in the first episode of Football Manager career mode with Bath City? Nearly there. We're taking a time. Where's Fergie time when you need it? We'll get there. Here we go. Loading in to our team selection. We're going to go to England. We're going to go to men's. I'm going to go all the way down to the Enterprise South and select Bath City. Currently, board expectation is mid-table, so I suppose we'll take that. Yeovil are notable rivals. They play at the Cannon Clark Stadium at Twerton Park. Let's just call it shall we just call it Twerton Park? I suppose that's probably easiest. Average training facilities, below average youth facilities. We're going to want to change that as soon as we can. But let's click next and go onto our manager profile and create a new one, because again we're going to make a few tweaks. Let's choose this one as our preset, but we're going to make some changes. Body type, probably that one. Skin tone, I'm nothing but pale, so we'll go with that one. I wish I was 6'2". We'll go 6 foot. I think 6.5 inch. They can't begrudge me that, can they? Head. We'll go. Have I got a slight? We'll go that one. Why not? Hair, quite as you can see, quite backwards. So that one's sort of has the same sort of style. We'll go with that one. I think that's a bit more appropriate. We'll go that one. Nice. God, no facial hair. Eyebrows, light eyes. again, you can go so in detail with this year. Absolutely love it. But again, I feel like I've got quite a vanilla face. I think. I don't think I've got a very interesting. Do you? I don't. There's like no notable features, I suppose. So it's going to be a fairly dull face, I think. No cosmetics for me. Oh, if people had it otherwise, they'd probably put like makeup on me and stuff, wouldn't they? For the banter. No freckles of note. An attire, as you can see. Let's just stand up. We've got the blazer. We've got the blazer and the jeans on, which I'm loving in this year's Football Manager. If I'm honest, I'm absolutely loving it. So we'll go style. Jacket black, shirt. We're not wearing a shirt actually. So let's change the top. The top is just a plain white tee. Have they got that in this? Have they got that? I think that's the closest, isn't it? We'll go with that. No, that's not it. Have they got that in this year? So I thought they had. Never mind. Never mind. We'll go with that and just pretend this has got a collar on. I feel like that's about right. Tops, colour, jacket, that, and I wish we could have. Is there a no tie option? We'll go with a tie option. I ain't putting one on. They're an absolute faff. Jeans, put them in blue. We're wearing. They're not denim jeans. Give me denim jeans. There we go. That's better. Shoes. I'm not wearing any, so we'll go trainers. Yeah, we'll go trainers. We'll chuck them in green. I've got a pair of nice green trainers. A wristwatch. I'm not wearing one at the minute, but we'll put a smartwatch on. And I think that is about it. So let's confirm that. Name, Callum. Surname, Davis. There you go. Optional. Refer to me at. Here you go. Preferred first name. There you go. Callie. Tack to Callie. There you go. So we've gone through all the bits and bobs in terms of setting up my manager, skipping some of the stuff that I quite fancy keeping to myself. Please don't steal my details. But again, it's similar to ones before. This is where it gets different, though. What level did I reach in my football playing career? Didn't play above amateur level. We quit at under 12s. We don't talk about that. We're here on YouTube. I've got my other job elsewhere. We're in the punditry and the media. We'll go with journalist. How well am I known for it? We'll go recognised locally. There we go. Hopefully I'm recognised locally anyway. We'll click next. There we go. What are my coaching badges? Currently, don't have any. So we'll go with no qualifications. And let's hope for the best. This is where it also gets a bit different. Your coaching style, how coaching style represents your footballing philosophy, how you feel about the game. You can select up to 3 styles to help define how you work. More choices reflect a manager who is capable across a number of attributes, while fewer choices suggest a stronger focus on 1 or 2 specific areas. We'll go developer. Obviously, you want to grow young talent as well. Systems builder I quite like, so we'll go with that as well. And we will be defensive. We'll be hard to beat. That's my main aim. I'd rather draw games than lose them. And we'll go with that. Personality driven. We want to be the best we can be. We'll be inspirational as well. Why not? I feel like I am inspirational. We'll go with that. So let's go with that. And here you go. Here is me. Here are my attributes, I suppose, and my ability. I'm an obscure person. But let's hit next. And let's start the game. I think we're good. And let's go with that. Start game. There you go. Starting our game here at Bath City at the Cannon Clark Stadium at Twerton Park, as Bath City are preparing to name English boss Callum Davis as their new manager. The 22-year-old is known for being a passionate, focused leader with a focus on defensive football and trying to help young players realise their potential. I feel like that's not a combination you see very often. An inspirational leader with a driven mentality, Davis will join the Romans in a move that will intrigue many within the game, and insiders are confident that his traits are well suited to building the sort of culture expected throughout the club. Without a playing career of note to fall back on, he has spent time working in local media and punditry, but now takes this opportunity to further his career. And indeed we will. Hit begin. We'll call it Bath to Glory. There you go. Hit save. And let's get into it. Oh, it's not save. And here you go. Here is the portal new for this year's Football Manager. And I suppose the best way to go through it is by going through our emails. This is nice. This is nice. We're top of the table. Let's stop it there. Stop the count. We're top of the table. Let's move on from there. I'll take that. Our first game is against Worthing, on the 9th of August. So we've only got about a month to make any changes we want here at Bath City. Nick Blofeld, now, who are you? Who are you? It's not letting me click onto your name. Never mind. I'm sure you're a lovely bloke, Nick. Hi, Callie. It's great to have you here at Bath City. You'll meet various people in key roles over the next few days. But to start with, I wanted to give you a quick overview of the club, our history and heritage, and a general flavour of the club you're going to lead into a successful new era. Our highest league position ever is 4th in the Enterprise National, so that was the division above. So we've still got some way to improve to be the new god around Bath City. We're a semi-professional club as well, which again you see in the National League all the teams are professional now and full-time, so we'll see a decent capacity stadium, 4,070. That'll see us at least into League 2 before we probably need to ask for improvements on that. £16 tickets. If you're not paying that in the National... Are you paying that in the National League these days? Jesus. National League South. You're not playing that, surely. It's an old stadium as well, 1932. Robbie White. Again, it won't... I wish you could click on the net. I don't know who you are. I'm sure we'll find out at some point. Thank you for forwarding that to me. £725 per week. You can get decent living with that. Here we go then. Here's our supporter profile introduction. They're moderate. We need to be competitive against Yeovil, finish above Chippenham in the league. We'll have a look at that in a minute. And finish above Weston-super-Mare in the league. We will see about that. Club vision and expectations meeting. Work within the wage budget as required and finish mid-table in the Enterprise South. I'm sure we can do that. We'll accept that. We'll go to the tactics in a minute. One player's injured. That's Zach Smith. He's out for a while. That's a shame, really, because he's pretty good. So that's a bit of a shame. Can we just release him? He's not on a non-contract, is he? That's a shame. That really is a shame. We've just got one bloke taking up £400 per week of the wage bill for the next year. That's not ideal. Pre-season preparation. Thanks, Wayne. Who are you? You're my assistant manager. Nice to meet you, Wayne. He was assistant manager at Bristol Rovers. He's got quite the career. Well, thank you, Wayne. Well, welcome to Bath. Well, you're welcoming me to Bath anyway. Squad introduction. Let's begin our key personnel. We've got 4 key players. Kieran. We'll call you Kieran. Kieran Parcell, a decent centre back. He seems all right, doesn't he? He's going to be my leader. Is he captain? I imagine he's probably the captain. I don't know, I can't see. He looks quite decent. Anticipate decent heading. This is the kind of guy we need. Leadership 15. There you go. He's going to be good. He's going to be my centre back. Jordan Tilson. You're my defensive bleeding heck. You're good. You are 32 though, so you are getting on a bit. He's on £550 per week, so this is probably going to be the one season we get out of him, to be honest. Really good mentals for this level as well. So we'll take that. A bit of a no-nonsense player. Charlie Binns. It's just an unfortunate name, isn't it? He's got a lot of potential. He's got the potential to be National League standard, so we will keep him and potentially, depending on the other players we've got, build the team around him. And we've got another centre back. Jack Batten is meant to be quite decent. He feels like a bit of a brute, doesn't he? He feels like a bit of a brute. There you go. I think that's our centre-back partnership. We'll get to that in a minute. Let's begin the introduction. Kieran Potter, as I expected, is our captain. Again, I would recommend doing all of this in Football Manager before you even press continue. Like I say, it's very important just to get a feel of it. Key players, here you go. Jordan Tilson, Will Jenkins Davis, 20 years old. He looks sick. Why is he not in our key players? £800 per week, so that's slightly frustrating. Can he play in the centre of midfield? He can. Oh, but he is worth a lot of money. But he is very good. He is very, very good. Do we sell him? Because he could be lethal at this level. He could be absolutely lethal. Scott Wilson also looks like a decent striker. Is getting a bit old though. Youth development. These are meant to be our good youth players. They don't look very good. Zach's injured. What a waste. Maximum 1 year. Cool. So that's decent. We need to improve our young players, I think is the aim. Their responsibilities introduction. Let's begin our introduction to that. We have a match against, and it might be helpful if you dedicate certain tasks to background staff until you're more settled in. Cool. We already look after everything as far as we can make. Cool. Continue. You're outlining your tactical approach stuff. Continue. No, I'll do all of that. Thanks very much, pal. Having to deal with transfer and contract. Yes, but I'll do it by myself. You dingbat. I'll go through all the responsibilities off camera, I think, because that's not very interesting to watch. And this is the thing that you're here for, isn't it? Our tactics. We're going to come back to that in a minute, I think, because I want to have a look at the players we've got first. Here is our senior men's squad. We're using the default view at the minute. I might install a couple of different squad views and whatnot before. A 17-player squad is quite thin, but then that is to be expected for this. Here you go. I know you're going to judge me for this. Star attributes actually give you quite a good view of what's going on. So our best player is, according to this, Jordan Tilson and Will Jenkins Davis. We've got another midfielder there, which leads me to play in a 4-3-3, I think. 4-3-3, and then Scott Wilson up for you. What are your attributes? You prefer to be you're a forward, obviously. Thanks for that. Oh god, you scored 10 goals at this level last year, having scored 16 and 18 before, so he is on the way down, which is a bit annoying. And he's a channel forward rather than a target, which I prefer in a 4-3-3. We'll come to that, I think, but I think a 4-3-3 is probably the way forward here. Joe Rains, you can play as a fullback. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, let's go to our tactics introduction. Continue introduction. Let's get started on this. They're suggesting we do either Route 1, direct counterattack, or park the bus. Let's go direct counterattack. I think will work well for us. We're going to be very disciplined, I think, is the aim, and I think that works in non-league in Football Manager. So in possession 4-3-3, out of possession just have those have those wingers come a little bit further back. I'll play a 4-1-4-1, I think, is the way forward. I'm not going to tweak with the roles either to start with. We might play about with that in a little bit. I want to compare these two because his potential abilities are sick. So let's compare the two for a second. Let's have a look. Comparison to Where's our other goalkeeper? What's his name? I forgot. Binns. There you go. Charlie Binns. He's so superior in everything. Well, then that's that sorted. Never mind. We're not playing Binns. We're playing Harvey Wills Richards. Again, sorry to if these players are watching this. I apologise for not knowing who you are. I'm sure you're great. Let's go with that. I prefer to go through this position by position. I know you can just quick pick it, but I think it's just useful to kind of get a sense for who your players are. Scott Wilson, we've been through him. He is getting on a bit, but he's still the best striker we've got, so we'll put him there. In possession, out of possession. So he's a 4-star striker in this system, so we'll take that. Reigns, right, doesn't fill me with confidence there. And Greenslade, again, some of these names are just a bit unfortunate. There was a certain way around I wanted to play these. He wants to be left centre back, doesn't he? So we'll swap that round, and we will bring in Batten there. I think is probably the way forward. He prefers his right hand side, don't he? So yeah, there you go. So that will be our defensive positions, I think. Defensive midfielder Tilson, I think, yeah, that goes without saying. Jenkins Davis will go there. Gee, we've got a great midfield. And Roos will go there, the one weak spot in the midfield you would suggest. And then wingers, Alves, we'll go with him. And then we'll go Ash there, although he does not like playing there at all. Does he prefer being on that side? No. Mitch Beardmore also hates it, so we are without a left midfielder winger. That's the one position we're struggling with. We'll just fill in the bench. We've got one lone player. Are you any good? You're all right. You've got quite high potential. It's potentially Sky Bet League 2 standard. You've got quite a good potential, but you don't get into this team, I'm afraid, pal. You don't get into it. So he'll be decent back up. And there you go. So that is our 5 substitutes because we got an injured player. Let's have a look at our. So that's a decent starting lineup. We'll go through set pieces and stuff in another episode, I think. Let's have a look at our other squads. Do we have anyone of note? We've got a 38-year-old in the under-21s. Someone should check that out. That doesn't seem particularly safe. Lewis Sweeton, you are the best of an okay bunch. And by okay, I mean terrible. You're on 250 quid a week. And you don't really have much potential. And we have literally no one in the under-18s. So that is a start. Probably not the best one. But there you go. That is our starting lineup. The last thing we'll do in this one is try and find where the staff are. Because I think that's probably... We'll go in club. It should be in club, right? No? Staff. There you go. Let's have a look at staff. Coaching team and stuff. Here we go. We have one assistant manager... So we've got quite the room to expand our staff. We have a head of sports science for some reason. Who are our staff? Let's have a look. We've got Callie Davis, Wayne Carlisle. I like you, Wayne. Me and you are going to get along. Although you do like 5 at the back, so maybe not. But welcome, Wayne. I'm sure you're going to be great. And who else are we working with here? We've got oh, you're a player goalkeeping coach, are you? Right. Why am I on £725 a week? I'd rather buy a new player. Like, destitute me and give me a new winger. Scout, we've got one, and he's on a non-contract. John. He's good at judging player potential and ability. We'll take that. John's good. Medical team. So let's put it this way. There's a lot to improve on here at Bath. There is a lot to improve on. things to change, things to improve, but I think we've got a decent starting point. We've got enough to buy one player. Annoyingly, only one player on a non-contract that we can get rid of immediately, and he's our backup goalkeeper. So we might need to change that. We might need to have a bit of a move around. So some of these players might need to move on. And annoyingly, the player that looks like they would bring in the most money is Will Jenkins Davis, who, I've already grown quite an affinity to. Our most valuable player is actually Jack Matthews. He's in on loan. We can't cancel that, can we, until a month in, can we? So we're going to have to make do. Will Jenkins Davis only actually, it could only be, he's definitely worth more than 3.5k. Let's put it that way. We might have to move on some players here, and annoyingly, because our squad is quite thin, the players we're going to move on are probably going to be starters. But again, I know we said finally what was happening today, but let's have a look at the league prediction and where we're going to finish. If I eventually find it, stages. Here you go. Season preview. We are down. Where are we? Can he see us? We're 100 to 1 to go up, so that's not ideal. Work to be done. I think it's fair to say we're down in sort of lower mid-table, and I would quite like to get promoted. So we shall see. But if you have enjoyed this episode of our Bath to Glory, then make sure you hit subscribe to the channel, like the video as well. It's hugely appreciated, and I will see you in the next episode of our Football Manager 26 Bath to Glory.